We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gamebreakers. I'm here with the Gamebreakers crew. I got Thomas and Allison, I got Mario, we got Will, and I'm Tragon, and I'm running the Tomb of Annihilation in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And we had a short hiatus as Thomas took over as guest GM and took us on a lovely side quest. But now we're back in the material plane and back in the jungles of Schultz, and we find ourselves outside the Wormheart Mine. This was one of the last promised side quests to the NPCs. There was a Hugh Hackenstone who had asked personally if we could go to the mine and take care of this dragon problem that was there. In addition, once the team had gone to Krakma for Muthrib, the dwarves that lived outside there asked if they could clear out the mine and offered 20 bars of adamantine each for those that would help clear the mine, so that the adamantine mines could be returned, as they're currently occupied by kobolds and a dragon. And that would be the very dragon that cut off Hugh's arm. When you first met him, it was one of his defining moments, and seemed quite sour about it, but as he's traveled to the jungles with you and you find yourselves outside wearing his newly acquired magical replacement arm, showing off the spoils of all your adventures, Hugh seems in good spirits today. If I recall, he had been loaned the Helm of Teleportation and had led the team here. And there was a quick jaunt and look through these few rooms as Roken found a way in and looked over these areas. And that's where we last left our hero.
I think the last thing I said was kick the stops out of the ore cart, jump off the edge.
Indeed. So, the plan being is as you kick the stops out of this piece and you give it a shove, why don't you give me an athletics?
I don't shove it. I just kick the stops out. If it doesn't go on its own, they can start it when they're ready to go. I have engaged Tabaxi super speed, and I am straight for the ledge.
Ah, it's dash in and take care of the thing.
Okay. As a note, I don't have control of my token now, but I think I can just drag and drop one. Do you have? Yes. So if you kill that token.
Yeah, these ones were already here when I was testing.
And I don't know if we're in initiative order, but I'd sure like the lunatic to get a chance to shoot off a bless on the way.
Let me give Chippy control. It seems since I can't do it with the sheet, I'm gonna have to figure it out.
In my day, we used pennies.
Of course.
This bit of lint is the goblin.
All right, so finding yourself here at the mine, and you kick out the ore cart. and I think we had taken a look at it before, right? And we mentioned that it needed some parts. There was an
Yeah,
intelligence test,
there
right?
was a break. There was a break that didn't work. I boy, I don't think anybody was planning to ride in it, but
Right. Um, Indeed. So with kicking the chocks out from it, it kind of makes like a little bit of a squeal and moves maybe an inch. And
not
the way it wobbles shows that, it has more going on with it here.
okay. That then I move
Yeah.
5, 30, or 25 off the side. This is flight movement.
Okay. So moving
And
in
then
stealth or full speed?
I am at full speed and stealth. That just makes it a
Okay.
straight roll instead of advantage for me.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then when I hit the edge, I cease flying.
Okay. I hear you. Let's go ahead and get some initiative here since we're right there.
Right, seems to be the moment.
We'll just kick it right off in
Does
initiative. Stack the speed moving us along here. We'll
did
do
lunatic did we have the chance to get the bless off? Lunatic definitely knew what I was about to.
doing the blast before the. Yeah, that was the held action. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're doing separate initiatives for sidekicks, or are they
Well,
going?
I'll just have like one per player. You can do
Okay,
both. Your sidekick will follow along. And whatnot.
nice, Chippy.
Only on.
I'm trying to figure out the character sheet, so I'm like, sorry, I keep putting some weird stuff in the game chat. Sorry.
Okay.
A lot of good high numbers from the team. I had advantage on initiative and a +5 and a low.
Same. I had a 4 and a 19. Yeah, so thanks for the advantage for Feral Instinct on that.
I think we had determined that we had the NPCs of Azaka and Hugh. Right? Hugh led us here, and Azaka definitely wanted to face the dragon.
Yep.
Okay, so starting with our initiative order here. We have Roken and Chippy up on 25. I'll let you two sort out who goes first out of that.
Chippy, you go.
I was going to say you go. You sure?
Yep.
All right. Well, you might call this a waste of time, but it just occurred to Chippy that what if the dragon isn't home? He doesn't want it sneaking up behind us, so he's going to cast Locate Creature. And he's just going to say, Red Dragon?
Okay.
I think that means I do have to do Arcana check because it's not one of his normal memorized spells. So that makes it a D20 plus Chippy's Arcana is plus 13. Okay. So
You do have a name, right? The name is Tender.
oh, forgot that. All right, so
So it's not
the
a creature familiar to you. Doesn't fit that.
the DC would be 18, and he just got 28, so he's able to cast a spell. And so then he casts Locate Creature, looking for Tender the Red Dragon, or actually, no, he's just going to say any red dragon within 1,000 feet.
Right. If we get 2 pings, that's good data. That's
And if it changed its name, I'm sorry. That's cool. No shame.
yeah. I'd say if we get 2 pings, that's the extra important.
So it looks like you succeed in the Mizium.
Yeah, so he goes ahead and casts Locate Creature. There's no saving throw. I would know what its movement or what the direction of its movement would be. If it's polymorphed, it won't work.
Right. So Have you been within 30 feet of? I'm not going to trip you up on the spell you just cast, but on the spell you're casting here, so we got it straight. So a specific creature known to you, which I think we're not there, or nearest creature of a kind, so long as you've been seeing such a creature up close, within 30 feet at least once. Have you been within 30 feet of a red dragon?
I'm not sure he's been within 30 feet of any dragon, but I'm not sure he hasn't. I mean, all right, so he used to work at a circus for a while. I mean, it would make sense that at some point the circus would want to have a dragon, right?
Dragon.
I don't know.
Does
I'm
anybody
telling you now, but
does anybody know off
I'm
the
just
top? Has
asking.
anybody read the Witchlight Carnival? If the carnival ever had a dragon?
I would say that it can also be with a name, right? You do have a name, and it's only if you're going with the nearest does it have to be a type you've been within 30 feet of. If you have a name or someone you're familiar with. So, I mean, your buddy you're familiar with, off you go, right? Nearest human, you have to have been near humans to do that, but you can.
So if you
I
use the
don't.
name,
But you do have a given name here, just as a wizard, you know how to do this. So I'm not going to take anything away from you. Just I
what
think
I'm
I
hearing is it
think that your
doesn't
wizard
want a
looks at it
spell
by
that
name and
Okay,
not by nearest.
all right.
Even though two pings would be good data, right? Unless you've been within, like I haven't put one in front of you, so maybe in your earlier levels.
uh,
I don't know, level 5 or
dragons
below.
dragon stats in the form of spider don't count then?
If it's been under polymorph.
Well, no, I mean the DM
Oh.
polymorphed it into a spider.
Once upon a time.
Remember when you did that?
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, I got it.
Anyway, so tender.
And so locate. You do have that absolutely within 1,000 feet. You even get a direction which is like straight down and over some to the east, down right.
He's going to say that information telepathically to the party. It appears
At
to be
rest.
below us and to the east. And also, he will, if he hasn't already, he will start his blade song quietly. And then Alex, on her turn, will, turn invisible and probably knock an arrow, I guess.
So we have our things in place. We know what we're doing here. Between the two of you, Roken and Chippy, one of you figured out which one's going first, and then
I think I went,
Chippy.
so I'm done.
Locate. You have the info.
Movement.
You or Alex going to move on this initiative? Doing shared right now.
Yeah. We're not going to jump off the edge yet. We're not ready for that. But I guess we will look over the edge so that we can watch Wayne. I'm having trouble adjusting my screen location here. Yeah. And then after the movement, our turn is done.
I know. Like it's just taking a second to load. Let's see.
Did that cart not move? It just squealed and stayed where it was?
Indeed.
Let's see. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Any movement for you and or Fox? Do you go in separately, or is Fox up your sleeve?
Fox is up my sleeve. I'll go in this way.
Okay. Okay, we got our movement from those two. To Roken and Chippy, both reaching into the weave and bringing magics to this upcoming fight with an actual dragon in a dungeon. We have some monsters out and about here. Pull these up. Thank you for your patience here as I arrange my screens to be able to use. As you approach into the dungeon, there is lit torches, and there is sounds of activity. You hear metal and rock, and there's some laughter below, and sounds like there's activity going on here.
You suck exactly enough that my suck was okay. Is that what I see in the?
It does look to be exactly how it went.
And they do have disadvantage. Oh, but
Indeed.
yeah. Oh, I see it.
Okay. To the side there. As Azaka moves forward and attempts to do some quiet stalking, has the longbow in hand, finger to her lips in the shushing motion as she moves forward, ever so silently. We have Ole on deck.
All right.
You see your
Let's see.
teammates make their way
I
inside
haven't initiated
quietly.
actually seen Battens yet. I haven't anyhow, correct?
You have. I only caught part of that. I'm sorry. What was that?
Can you all hear me?
I do hear you. I just missed a very small piece of it. Could you repeat?
I don't know why being quit. So I mean, I'm also because I'm out last week. Am I on again?
Okay. So you find yourself outside the Wormheart Mine. your teammate stealthily making their way inside. What do you do?
Okay. I'm going to have Ticklish cast invisibility on himself and right atop me. And make my way 45 feet. I think it puts me about here.
Are you proceeding with the stealth and the quiet like everyone else is?
45. Yeah. As not more than usual. No.
We lost you for a second again.
I'm not making. I'm not making any more noise than usual.
Okay.
So the answer is
Did we
no.
get a stealth check out of you? But no.
No.
No
No.
less noise either. Yeah. Okay. Not more, but not less either. Okay. So as you proceed your way in, what's your what's the I think the kobolds are going to hear you coming in, but we don't have a response yet. Okay.
Okay. Well, if
But you make your way
also, since
inside.
yeah, and if we've entered initiative, at the base, going. So.
Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone in front of you was all sneaking and saying the shh, and you're like, okay. And love it.
Well,
I mean,
well, and going into rage, I at least afford myself wild surge, so I have that set up, thankfully.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So roll a 2. Let's see. He may. 2. So at least on my next turn, as a bonus action, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you see until your rage ends.
Big.
Again, not being any louder than usual.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, and I and Picklish will hold an attack action depending on what may or may not come out. Or actually, it would just be me holding the attack action. He casts invisibility on himself.
So you move forward, and that is your turn. Yes.
Correct.
After the two of you move forward, we come to Wayne and the lunatic.
So should I continue from the amount of movement that I had? That works okay.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go ahead. Sure. You left your way in there.
So I cease to fly, and thus gravity does its normal thing. The way the maps are kind of overlaid, will I need to maneuver in order not to hit the ledge? Is there like a 5-foot adjustment anywhere?
I mean, if you spend 5 feet of movement at the top to go forward 5 feet, then you'll clear below.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Like
step out
so.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like as I'm skyrocketing down. But yeah, it's a full like dive bomb attack. I will, as I'm spiraling, be sending images of what I see to the group, just so they know what's down here if I see anything important. And if I see anything that looks like a dragon's lair before I hit the bottom, let me know if there's a roll I need to try and.
Okay.
I will re-engage flight 10 feet from the bottom unless it's farther than 500. I don't know how big it's.
So it's 250 down. You would do the whole
Okay.
250 in the fall.
So at 240
Um,
feet down, I will re-engage flight.
I like how that works. We got some magic here, but I don't know. Is that pretty
Not
epic?
even.
I won't question it. Off we go. You drop to the bottom.
Do you want to? Would it be like right about here? Trying to figure out how the maps align. It looks like somewhere in this neighborhood.
I think it's about here.
Out there? Okay.
Just under the 12 and over. Yeah.
Okay. So now I see a water
And your
feature.
passive perception is going to tell you,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we saw your passive perception
Yep.
on your way through, as you plummet. Um, you pass and you see that there are kobolds living here. Over here on the second area to the north, there's kobolds working.
Okay.
And as you fall below the second one, which is about 80 feet once underneath this bridge, which would be above here, you do see a winged kobold in the air.
Shit. I'll make sure and snap a
So
picture of that to the group.
there's those.
To your high speed satellite
And,
flight.
and I'll just go ahead and give it a reveal like this. So you see that. And you find yourself here at the bottom of this 250-foot plus pit that seems to be a clockwise downward spiral of tracks. And you see that all of these mine carts have that weird lean on them where it looks like it's laying, so the cart is laying sideways against the bottom of the bed until you put it on a hill and start pushing it up, and then you see it's supposed to be level while it's going up a slope. And in addition to that, there is some, like, the smell of sulfur, and there is some warm drafts down here, and you're catching some of that elemental fire action. Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow along with the sense of locate creature I got.
Yeah.
And
Which
I'm
is
at
it seems to be in this area here.
okay.
If you understood. Because you had to go
25.
forward and then down and then in.
Okay. At this moment, do I see a dragon?
At here, you
Yes.
do.
Okay.
Once you're here, you do.
Okay. So the first thing I do is like the TikTok baby nope and full on wheel around As that happens, I spend a standard action to release 3 stars of Arvindor. Would you
Yeah.
say I have attacked by surprise or from stealth?
I know that you moved in stealth, and we did our fall and drop here. I think it's supposed to be. There's some details that are in there, but I think for the moment we'll say no.
Okay.
Easy to make it simple, straightforward.
Oh shit. So that's gonna be plus my spell casting. It's not as good as the
That
bow, but it's a
is
+7, so that's gonna be a 24, a 29, and a 24 to hit.
that is certainly some views. So those are each going to hit.
Okay. Each one inflicts 1 level of exhaustion, and assuming it's an evil creature, they also deal force damage. 2d8 apiece is 22 force damage. As a bonus action, I let 1 more fly, and that's as good as the other ones. And that
Okay.
is 12 more force damage. And that's 4 levels down the exhaustion tree. That is a heaping helping of Get Fucked Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That is, if I remember correctly, disadvantage on ability checks, half movement, disability on
exhaustion.
saves and attack rolls, and I think I halved his hit points per hit points. And now I will use the rest of my movement because I don't think that made me her friend. So
Oh yeah, gonna be some things.
So 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. And then I am going to drop prone into the water.
Okay.
And elevation wise, I don't know if I would have taken an attack from the flying kobold, right? You said one
No.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, there was a winged one, but it was not within 5 of the ground. It was some elevated 70 feet.
I have missed playing Wayne. That is my turn.
Ooh. And on 7.
Oh, the lunatic's going to move a little bit and then ready in action if it's the dragon come up.
We have Hugh running inside, and as he hits the track, he tracks. He's like, "You bet I'm back, Tinder. You're gonna pay for that arm." And had been held. There's a shaking of the ground. Do. And we have some tremors. So as this large red dragon comes trambling out of its cave on all fours. Its massive claws hitting the ground and shaking it below. It rushes out and then does like a very dramatic double two-handed smash into the ground. And there's like this ripple tremors there. So that's going to get a Wayne. You get a dex save, 17.
Joke's on you. I dropped prone before you got here.
Bueno!
I'm already under the water.
Yeah, like that's the point. I was born in the briar patch. And it runs out and says, "Is that you, Hugh Heckenstone? You over there, hot dogging and grandstanding again? I let you live once." And it seems that after that short little verbal there, it still seems like it has more to say, but we're on short turns here.
Sound a little out of breath. Oh, is that with movement halved? It can make it there.
Oh, right. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Have indeed.
Even with
As
squeeze through the 5 foot. Anyway.
yeah, I know it's terribly drawn. I'm like, literally, it lives here. You know better. Stop it. That drawing, ignore that drawing. The little guy, you gotta worry about the little guy. And as Zendalor runs out and seems to be like in the middle of what they're saying, Roken we'll have the top of the next round here for dramatic effect. I'm going to continue with some speech, but Roken, it's your turn. Last time you were here, you were grandstanding, and I killed all those morons you brought with you. Have you brought some more for me today?
Not just any morons.
But yes, it is Roken's. Right, we have this telepathic bond. We kind of have the shared locate creature information telepathically infused within your brain.
Yeah, okay, I haven't quite figured out the character. Can you hear me on the mic? Okay. I was
It
kind of
seems pretty quiet
so.
here.
Yeah, oh, and the mic is very sensitive to its location. Okay.
Oh,
so
hey, that's great.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I moved it. Let's see. So I am invisible. I'm going to prepare firebolt, and I'm gonna attack the dragon if it comes up. Wait, is it a fire dragon? What's a red dragon? Whatever. Firebolt.
It's generally, I don't know how much Roken knows, but it smells like sulfur.
Yeah, that makes sense. Use the Ray of Frost. Doesn't have as good a range, but that's all right. So yeah, I will ready in action. Huddled in the corner here, invisible. I guess I'll move up a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna wait. That's my turn. I wait. I'm not the run out in front type today.
Of course, we got Chippy. You heard the bellowing of this feminine, draconic voice.
Aha! Bellowing, yay.
I don't know if you heard it. It's there.
Well, I heard it telepathically. Okay, so Chippy will do another Arcana check. That was to use the Mizium apparatus again. Actually, at this point, we all know where the dragon is, so he's gonna let go of that spell. He's gonna cast a different concentration spell, which is going to be Summon Draconic Spirit.
Oh.
And so that is the Arcana check, and he just made the DC. Actually, fuck, no, he didn't, because it's a 5th level spell. So he uses the 5th level spell slot. He misses it, and a random spell goes off. So we will look up Mizium apparatus for that table.
Well, shit.
Oh boy.
Might as well start off fun, right?
How's it going?
Here is the. Where we at? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put the link to that in the chat just in case anyone else wants to follow along. And that was. Oh, you bastard. Okay. Here we go. On a failed check. 1st level spells. 5th level spells. Okay. So I roll a d4. It's either Animate Objects, Cloud Kill, Cone of Cold, or Flame Strike. D4. So rolling a d4. Do you want to roll a d4 or should I?
I will let you choose.
I'll roll it.
Your effect? Okay.
2. So that means Cloud Kill. Alright. So, the range on Cloud Kill is loading 120 feet. So from his location currently, what is the 120 feet farthest away that he can see? First of all, can I see any kobolds? Can I see those over across the way?
Why don't you throw me a perception check? We have some lights. I mean, it is far away, but it is lit.
And it's 85 feet. It's not. I mean, yeah, okay. Chippy's perception.
I think I'll give you a DC 12. I don't know, was that a distance? Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Who's got a +5? Alex has got a better perception than him, but oh, critical miss. All right. Can he ask for Alex's help with that? You know what?
Is that what Alex
Fuck
is
it.
doing?
Fuck it. Does he even have a general idea? Like, can he even see the lights over there? He's just going to throw something that direction.
Yes.
Or he could ask Alice, hey, can you hear or see anything over in that direction? And so I'll roll for her. But her perception is plus 10, so that's a little better. And hopefully she won't get a 1. 26. Okay, that's a little better. So can she see any movement or hear anything from that direction?
So with the 21, yes, you can. You do make out 2 figures. You recognize them as kobolds. There are
26.
some. It is lit over there.
All right, so can she help Chippy just put Cloudkill as far that way as he can?
I don't think that you can get assistance on your spellcasting here,
Okay.
but you
So-
can do it at your reach and your vision.
At this point, I guess it would kind of make sense for him to actually move, huh?
One or the other.
So if he moves to there, he's pretty exposed to El Dragano. But the dragon may stay down there a level around. Okay, so Chippy's just going to go out. That's 40. That's his max. So then from there, he's going to place the Cloudkill right in there somewhere. And
Right in here.
yeah,
I think you can draw. You want to draw?
I can draw.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah. There's a draw tool.
Hey, wow.
And I'll let you do that. So you do a spell and you move. Does Alex have anything other than what you have been doing this fun?
20-foot radius. Okay, that gives us some options, huh? So I think 20-foot radius. Sorry.
I'll let you do
Yeah.
the drawing while I move on with the here. Yeah. Go ahead and set it up the way you want.
Yeah. So then and so he's going to do the 20-foot radius so it covers both of these holes, and Alex is just gonna move because she wants to be out where she can reach things, and she's still invisible and she'll be up against a wall. I put a purple dot on her, which I think is I don't know. I mean, just to signify that she's invisible. I don't know if that's helpful.
Good visual. Yeah. Thanks.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
as you've laid out your piece there, you've cast your spell and done some movement as your sidekick. Move down the initiative order, and we come to the kobolds here, and we hear some yelling coming from across the way. One of the yells, "Get back!" And amongst these, kobolds rushing back. some of them would rush forward to go see the sound, and you hear them chanting. They're yelling, "Tender, tender." They seem to come out from the walls and from the areas below, as you see on the tracks. They come from the cavern out to the edge, and they seem to be like clapping their hands and yelling. They're yelling now in common. Tender, tender. Like they're cheering her on. And after the kobolds come out and display this fanatical behavior, let's see. Shooting down, that's still beyond range. Yep. Okay.
So do we want to roll Constitution saving throws for those two kobolds that were there?
Did you intend to, like, yeah, you put it down before it was their turn. So did you want to include them, or were you blocking them off?
Well, I mean, it's a 20-foot radius sphere, so yeah, they're in the middle of it, or they were in the middle of it.
Okay. Then yeah, they got it. They got some. That's gonna be the.
So it's a DC 19. DC 19 save, and if they don't make it, it's 5d8. If they do, it's half that. Do you want me to roll 5d8, or do you want to do it?
I'll have you roll it. That con save was a 14. They didn't have advantage.
19 damage.
19 damage is delivered. And there's choking and gasping and falling dead. Blech. He got him. It's bad like that. So we have some dead kobolds. We have Azaka running across the bridge to the downward slope on the other side. We have Ole is up.
You might be muted, Mario.
That damned unmute. Back to my map here. I see this chaos happening in the.
Oh, well. How special.
Chaos indeed.
None more chaotic than that. Give him a moment here.
Hey, there we go.
Excellent. Yes, this chaos. There's some spells going off over here. Looks like it looks bad. We see some kobolds over here. They're like clapping their hands overhead and yelling, "Tender, tender." On the below, you see that they have come out from whatever nooks and crannies to line up along the tracks here and chant and shout.
You got your back, Mario? No? Are you muted again?
I see you in the call, but you can defer a turn there if need be and move to lane.
Cool. Well, I turn face up under the water, smile big at the dragon, and I continue to hit it. Spend a bonus action. Excuse me. First, spend a bonus action and shoot it with 1.
Right, I'd say you're in like 10 feet deep water. It's not super deep. It's enough to be submerged when you wanna be. That's a whiffles.
Yeah, that's no good.
And
A
I
warning
think if
shot.
you are underwater, it would be at disadvantage.
I think that's for ranged weapon attack. This is a spell attack. But I might be wrong on that distinction.
Copy. I thought you're all right. Well, we did get a 2, which seems to as you fire directly at her, the serpentine draconic movement, allows them to evade your effect.
And did you say this is 10-foot deep water?
Yeah.
Am I on the bottom?
If you want to use your movement to do that, you went prone flat, you would be in the top of the water. If you use
in the top 5
to go down. Yeah.
That's what I was
That's how you would fall in, right?
Nope, I'm just gonna reach up, use 5 feet of climbing movement, and then re-engage my. Actually, I'll climb up 5 feet, look at it, and say, if you had tried to escape, you might have made it, but your pride brought you here. And then I will fire 3 more stars of Arvindor. Fling little twinkling star bits.
Gotcha. Now those have a save, don't they?
No, it's a ranged attack. So the lowest of those was 20, probably. Yeah, a 20. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does not hit.
Then the next up is a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. So 2 more stars of Arvindor, which I believe
one of them is 2. Is that right? Just making sure I have it.
It's one level of exhaustion per.
Right.
So I missed with 1 out of the 3.
Right.
So I hit with 2.
Gotcha.
And that is going to be I mean, the force damage is kind of extra at this point. 16 points of force damage. Because the real problem is at 5 levels down the exhaustion table, if I remember right, it's dropped to 0 hit points.
Its speed reduced to 0.
At 5 down.
5. Yep.
You're up. That's correct. That's correct.
And after these stars hit, you can see the weariness in its face as it looks like it's overwhelmed, over encumbered.
Yep.
It's sweaty.
Right. Each of those little twinkling stars passes straight through her, and there's like you could see like a concussive ripple as each one goes through. And then he will draw the attack of opportunity, and fly. How high up is this railing here?
That railing is at plus 25 feet off the floor.
25 feet up and 10 feet over, no problem. So they'll fly to right here. And that is the end of it.
So with that, we will use this attempted bite attack flop as a reaction. Right? Using the reactions.
Yep.
And that's going to be the 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 21 piercing plus 4 fire.
Oof.
That is a flaming teeth sink into you as you make you dash past.
I deserve that. I'll take it. Looks like we got Mario back. So that's the end of my turn.
All right. So it's the end of Broken. We had Hugh Hackenstone.
Did we want to go back to Ole though?
At the end, yes. At the end of your, we will take Mario's turn here with Ole. But at the end of your turn, there is a response here. So I think you got to make your dex save.
I'm 25 feet up and 10 feet over.
See, the 10 feet over is
because that's
15
why
tall. It is 50 is tall.
I thought you said it was 25.
And 10, 25. Oh, that is out, yes. That is just outside. Ta-da!
Suck it, blue. I mean
Hello.
red.
That does give a not a speed, but some movement. And moving down the order, that's the end of your turn. We have Ole's delayed turn here. Ole, I think I described the scene. Kobolds
Yeah, as best as I can
hear. Got some crowd kill going here, murder and stuff.
Yeah, pure chaos over there. And meanwhile, there's just like these two, I guess, over on the tracks.
Yeah, they're clapping their hands and they're yelling "Tender, ten" in common. And you see below you, like this is a downward spiral. And so, like 60 feet below, these extra set of tracks, looks like a bunch of kobolds came out of the whatever nooks and crannies out to the edge of this hole, and also started clapping their hands and chanting. Because there's a big crowd. The crowd has gone wild.
Right, and I mean, the last I saw of Wayne was just like right down into the hole.
Yep.
So Yeah, so for me, I just kind of mouthed the words, "What the fuck?" Uh, yeah, I mean these things don't seem too much of a threat to me, so I just make my way over there, knock it into the hole.
So as this spirals downward in this clockwise fashion, this is at the top.
Mhm.
If you go in here, there's like a big drop from here.
Ah,
This is a
oh,
ledge
okay.
overlooking this, and you
How much
can
of a
go
drop?
that way. We're looking from 75 feet ish from here to here. That's from here to here, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if I ever gave back
Now
that
there's rough
claim.
walls if you wanted some unassisted climbing. Sounds scary. As you see Azaka, she's running across this bridge, which seems like a short way across to hit the spiral, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask Ticklish here to cast Spider Climb on me.
All right.
Would you
And we're
do?
using you and your sidekick as simultaneous initiatives here, so
Yeah. You said that's about 75 feet down. That'll be, well, the better part of my movement. 45. May as well just use all of it then. With him clinging to me.
okay.
25, 75. That'll give me enough to clear it, and then probably just enough to get there.
Right, you could move yourself into like this part of the map here, right? Like like if this is the top, this is the middle, and this is the bottom,
Which part?
right? You just went from
Oh,
here to about here,
okay.
right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you do your movement and come down and find yourself in the presence of these other kobolds who are clapping, and in common they're yelling, "Tender, tender," demonstrating this fanatical behavior.
Did I just surprise anyone?
I mean, they see you, and their eyes are wide, but they haven't drawn weapons or made any aggressive actions or like even made a rude gesture. So you make your way down and find yourself with these other kobolds still displaying this behavior. Up above, we have Hugh Hackenstone making his run. He's like, "That's right, Tinder. I came back with some heroes, and we're here to retake the mine. Wormheart belongs to the dwarves." So he did his double move. And here we have this red dragon. You can see this, Wayne, as they reach into a satchel at their side and pull out a potion, guzzle it down, and smash it on the ground. You think you can stop me? You have no idea what you've messed with, Hugh. And suddenly the dragon takes off again. And dives into the cave Seemingly much less exhausted than before. You're going to regret bringing these idiots here with you. And with that, we have Roken hearing this banter. It seems these two are just petty squabbling about. Take it away, Roken.
My browser's running a touch slowly. Who was squabbling? Can you ping them?
It's the verbal between Hugh and Tender.
Oh, okay.
Hugh's running in there like yelling, and this feminine draconic voice is yelling at Hugh. They both know each other by name.
I don't know what to think about that. Still invisible. I'm gonna come up this way. Where's my measuring stick? Here's my measuring stick.
So this is a clockwise downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
It goes left and up around. This point over here is very far below this point right here. It's like a 75-foot drop from here to here. If you can see me drawing, from here to here is 5 feet over and 75 feet down.
Got it.
That's a steep step, right?
Okay.
You saw Azaka and Hugh run across this bridge in the middle.
I'm anticipating not nobody. He reminds me a lot of nobody. I'm anticipating Wayne drawing the dragon out. That was the plan, right? I don't feel like I need to go too deep in here. So I'm gonna stick behind and hold my action.
I mean, you're getting the feed from the telepathic bond. I think at this point I might have drawn it out too hard, guys.
I was expecting it to kind of like fly past us, but that's not what's going to happen. That's probably not what's happening.
Well, you do have a telepathic sense of what's going on around you, right? So there is that. So you can, from Wayne's POV, see what was there.
Watched its ass back into its.
It drank a potion and then dashed back inside.
Yeah. Well, I just don't have much to do at this point, so I will make a movement, and that's that, and hold my action. And no one can see me.
All right. So with the Roken having made their way somewhat forward and steadied themselves, right? You also see all this cloud kill going on out over here. It's terrible. Next, it comes down to Chippy. Your spell is doing its thing. it's moving 10 feet away from you, right? Each start of each U-turns. So we see it pouring down clockwise, right? It's going to go downhill. So the stuff inside will go downhill into this, which will go downhill to this. So it scoots over a little bit. I think you can grab it, right? Oh, it's a bunch of individual drawings.
Yeah, I just drew a bunch of drawings. By the way, I don't know if you can tell. I wanted to ask you about this. When I was using the measuring tape, the tool, it just told me a square. The shape of the spell is supposed to be a sphere, so I think the corners, like back in here in the upper right, I don't know if that corner kobold would have gotten. Certainly the ones along the center of the sphere would have. But anyway, because it goes downhill, I'm thinking this stuff out in the center here in the open would just fall, right? I don't know if any of that would affect the.
Yes, and some of it would roll down the tracks, and some of it would fall downward. Yes, it has a traveling rate as per the spell.
Yeah, it says 10 feet away from me, which is fine, I guess. I'm not gonna worry about that too much.
Right.
So since at this point he can now see all the ones, I'm thinking I could, maybe you want me to do perception again. The ones on the next level down, some of those would be visible to him, right? I see there's a wall there.
Yeah, like you can easily see this one and part of this one here. You know, and they're crowding their way out, right? They haven't moved all the way out, but you see the two there. And they're doing the thing, and hold on. Yep. And they seem to be like clapping their hands and chanting, "Tender, tender."
All right, so he's going to do the same thing as before, and ask Alex to help with perception. So in this case, just to sort of pick target, and then she's going to say, "Well, how about right there?" And you know, whatever. Obviously, he's still in control. He's guessing what she's talking about, so it's going to be kind of ballpark. But so he's gonna. So I'm gonna actually do a perception check for her. Does that work? And then she can telepathically tell him they're on the same initiative order, but do you care if she goes first?
If Alex goes first?
Yeah, so she can do a perception.
Can take it however you want.
And then they can kind of chat about it.
The method that makes sense for the two of you. You telepathically linked pair. Go for it.
So
and also the simplicity of psychic management, because it's a bunch.
So her perception is 22. She can see the same thing you already told me. Like she can kind of see this one that's right here sticking out, right? I mean, that's all she cares about. So she's going to just kind of describe that. And then, because Chippy's kind of casting below him. And so his range, the spell he wants to cast now is Gravity Sinkhole. It does not require concentration, so he can maintain Stinking Cloud while he does it. And then he's going to actually center it out in the tube, like out here somewhere. But the range is 120, so he's going to actually go for like. The main thing he's trying to get is just out in space, about the right height of the next level, maybe just below the next level. So that's what, 60, 70 feet down? So that's the main thing that Alex is helping him with, is like how far down to center it. So then he's going to kind of peer over the edge and center Gravity Sinkhole. And I will put the text of that in the chat again. It is, I think it's a 3rd level. There it is. 4th level. So he will have to roll the Arcana check. 20-foot radius sphere. So yeah, he's, let's say, how about right there? And so then every creature within that 20-foot radius sphere will be drawn toward that point. I should draw the point, huh? No, I should roll the roll first. Okay. Arcana first. And it has to be 20. The DC on this is 20. So, so can Alex use the help action to help him with this, so he gets advantage on the Arcana check? And 30, so he made it first time anyway. But she did that already. And so then the center of the gravity sinkhole is let's say here and 5 feet down. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's only going to really get 1 or 2, but it will pull them. And Alex is also going to fire a shot with her bow at this guy here. Nah, never mind. She won't. All right, our turn's over. Do you want me to roll the sinkhole dice? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can.
All right. So my turn's over unless we're rolling.
Muted. Go ahead and roll you rolled your damage for that. I was trying to give you a little token to grab.
That sounds fun.
Gravity sinkhole.
And this is only 1 round. So just whatever happens this turn, and that's it. All right. Link is in the chat.
I don't know how big this is, but I just handed this token controller to you. You can do the thing.
Ooh.
For your gravity sinkhole. And
after that's over,
30 damage.
After that's over, should I use it for the cloud kill?
Yeah, I'd made this one over here, this pink one, although I didn't.
Oh, cool. Nice. All right. Thanks. All right. I guess I'm done. Oh, wait. 5d10
okay.
force. Hold on. I'll roll that.
That's the Constitution save. And what is your save there? As these 2 kobolds are grabbed by these gravity waves. I don't think a 6 is going to do it.
No, DC 19.
Where was the center point? Can you ping the square for me. Out in there. On the lower level, yeah. Okay. So there is this. Oh yeah. Back. This one is pulled out into the center and then in a very grisly fashion is compressed upon in itself until it is no longer a kobold. And it looks like this one, I think here, also would face the same gruesome fate.
Compact kobold.
Impacted in a very disgusting manner. And as the wizard continues mangling enemies in reality, do we have anything else from the Chippy and Alex duo?
No, we're good.
Movement?
Nah, we're staying where we are.
Okay.
Over and out.
So you have a bunch of kobolds, which are no more as they rush forward and then into their doom of the cloud kill. Some of them have run back, and you hear yelling in here. And then they would stop up here and see there was other dead kobolds and more cloud in front of them, and continue their yelling. These ones over here see the chaos going around, and they point to across the way the heroes, and they start booing. And you see that they move into some cover. The ones below hear you in front of Ole. You see them, dash away from you. And there was cheering turns to boo. And the ones across the way, you hear the scrambling and flapping of wings and other claws on the ground as these kobolds retreat back into the little crevices they were just in, and the cheering becomes booing. Zaka continues her hustle across the bridge to the lower ground. But I think that's about where the cloud kill was. The top, it's going downward out here. I guess the top 10 are clear. And that moves us to Ole, as you see the crowd sours and starts booing and retreating from your sight.
I mean, we're really not there for the kobolds, though, are we?
No, not really.
Okay, yeah, that's all I'm trying to figure out. It's like, yeah, that's great. You don't like me. I'm used to that, and these,
Well,
entertainer, gladiator type.
You definitely have two
But-
different open reasons to be here, and one of them is the NPC of the group, the guide, that I'll waive my fees if we go and fight the dragon.
Mhm.
Kill the dragon that took my arm. And after adventuring with the party for a while, he was able to afford a magical replacement. He's now using to wield an even bigger axe. And so that's reason one, kill the dragon. But there's also reason two, which is help recover the mine for the albino dwarves of Hrakmar, who used to mine this place before it was overrun. And they want the mine back.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, got a reason to take out the kobolds here. Okay. Let's see if I can. How many space is that gonna be? 40. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Take out that little guy there. Yep, that one. Take out my staff. We'll two-hand this poor little fuck with a 19. How's that blow land?
Yeah, 19's gonna hit. Your
Okay.
two-hander sinks into this kobold here.
D8. That's 10. And spin attack. 17, 18.
And what is your weapon here?
It's moon touched quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff. All right. Well, you tell me how you want to do this because you just
Two-handing it.
Yeah, you tell me how you want to do it because you just put this kobold down like the one in CR he is.
Yeah. I often forget the lesser beings from time to time. So yeah, with a smite of the with the quarterstaff, he's a bit open for the. Or here, looking at the rest, I just shout, "Flee!"
Yeah, it's pretty intimidating, definitely. So, okay. As the booing turns to screams from this lower area, Hugh Hackenstone.
Oh, briefly, I'm on 16. I accidentally deleted my token for a second. It looks like it took me off the off the initiative.
I love it. Yeah, I did roll right over that.
Yeah, it's my fault. I was trying to measure. I drew a line. I tried to erase the line. I also erased my token. I put my token back, but didn't have a turnover.
All right.
Is that where
So,
is that where Tinder is? It looked earlier
so
like he was back here.
after yes, Tender
Okay.
took a turn and suddenly, with renewed vigor, hustled right out of where you were and into the back while continuing to bellow insults.
Right, but now to me it looks like she's right here. Is that not correct?
Yeah, you might want to refresh.
Okay. I mean, either way, my turn will be the same. I will pull my arrow of dragon slaying. I will take an action to speak the word for Quattle in Celestial, which douses the arrow of slaying in jade water poison. And I will ready an action for the next time I see that fucking red worm. As a free action, you're already afraid. If you beg for Hugh's forgiveness, I could probably convince him to let us spare you. But you're just a side quest, not even why we're. Don't make this take time. And other such. But that's my turn.
Okay. You are prepared, and you've had your words.
Yep, I have the attack action readied for extra bonus fun as soon.
Indeed. We have Hugh Hackins after your repositioning here ready. We have Hugh Hackenstone. He starts climbing down this wall here. And of course, he continues his yelling as well. That's right, Tender. We're here to take the revenge for my arm and for my comrades you killed before, and to return the mine. The doors belongs to you. So, as Hugh continues his tirade, he gets down to the bottom. Here we have this. It's out of order. Yeah. Anyway. That's what happened. It is a turn. You hear crashing sounds coming through the room, and some things, splinters of some kind of chest or box come flying out down this hallway here. Something is like smacked against the wall. And the voice continues. The Worm Heart mine is named after my own Worm Heart here. Of course, this belongs to me. You want to claim this adamantium? Belongs to me. And some motion here. And you did have your held action, which would be after it happens, I believe. So she does take to the air here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how that stacks.
Gains an elevation of 40. And with taking to the air and moving forward, everyone gets. Anyone who has an eye on what is below will now be able to have a visual on this large red dragon rising into the air here. And there's a bellow, and there is frightful presence. So everybody do that. Let's see. Everyone on the two lower levels here. The top level's clear, but the bottom two. It'll be Wayne, Ole, Picklish. Make the Wisdom 17 for the frightful presence.
I'm in.
Is this a magical effect of any sort?
No.
Okay. Well, because
This is
yeah, I mean,
that you now see the fearsome creature that you are facing. This is dragon.
okay. I'm only asking because I do have resistance. Picklish is resistant to fear, but I ask because of where we are in this kind of alcove over here.
I would say fear, absolutely. You are aware of it. You can hear its
Okay.
bellow. It's not
Okay.
on site.
So, or pick.
When it takes to the air,
Yeah,
and you heard its little rant.
Picklish
the
got
warm
me
heart.
on that advantage. And then for me,
I'm looking for a 17
look.
for our DC here.
Oh, didn't someone cast Bless earlier for all of us?
Yes.
What
What does that give
Ole,
us?
Roken, and me.
Oh,
Let me check. I think it might only be attacks and it might be saves. Hold on.
saves, and it's
Okay.
a D4.
Yep. D4.
Oh.
Victory.
So how did Wayne turn out for this?
Wayne is immune to the frightened condition.
Love it.
Sounded like something happened on Mario.
It sounded like an exaltation as the fearful presence lets out. We'll resolve how that continues.
Oh, we're getting a bunch of lag, Mario.
Roll the 20.
Fuck yeah. Oh, and we lost.
Well, it looks like they survived that one, which is great. And
Am I still laggy?
You're back.
hopefully not.
Much better.
Yep.
Okay. Picklish, nat 20, me, 15 plus 2.
So you made it.
D4 just my ass.
So it's frightful, but you managed to steal yourself from it. And after it makes its move here and is seen, it's gonna make another move.
But at what point do I get my shot? right? Because
Right. I think the
trigger.
held actions are after, right?
I mean, I can look it up. It
Right.
interrupts a turn. Like it's not like at the end of its turn I go. Right? I mean,
Gotcha. Maybe I'm using the wrong one. For some reason, I
it's a
thought that it
it's a
was
it's a readied
afterwards.
action. This is a readied action, not a held action.
Right. Sorry if I'm doing that
It's
one
cool.
wrong there for you. I am trying to figure out where it's. Do. Sorry if I move past that there. Go ahead and make your attack there.
Right? Because it spends the reaction, which is why I think it interrupts. That is going to be sharpshooter. That is going to be um but here, so D4. So that currently is a 26, a total of 28. I really hope that's a hit.
The 28 is a hit.
I am going to blow count them, 2 third level spell slots to activate both the Moon Bow and Eldritch Smite. This is an arrow of dragon
Indeed.
slaying with jade poison. And I'm hoping her hit points are still halved unless she used a wish spell. That I think she would have wished me into a red paste. So the smites total are 12d8 bow. Wait, it's 10d8 plus the bow is 2d8. So 12d8 plus 6d10 for the arrow of dragon slaying plus 15, 16. This is not my favorite enemy. Have any other damage bonuses? No.
I think you got a range of 65. Just making sure you got all them pieces
Good.
in play. But that is good.
Got a
Holy
range.
smokes and worth of things.
Yeah, I've got a range of 600. So this is 106 damage, mixed radiant and piercing coming down the pipe.
That is a whole lot of damage.
And then it needs a constitution save or there's more damage.
Alrighty. So that looks like a 18. It does not have advantage. So it's the first one.
That I'm looking it up. Believe that let's see. Oh, it's at the start of each of its turns, etc., etc. No, it just gains the poisoned condition right now. At the beginning of its turn, it'll start to make saves.
Okay.
But if you just use that one, it has to get 3 in a row to stop it. But no extra damage. 106, however,
is a lot of damage. Like, I don't know if Flex Tape can put that bow back together. It's intense.
and then I rolled poorly. For my third one, 11. So is a 19 a hit?
No.
Okay. So 2 of them 2 other ones probably connect, but don't have the force to do anything. I can rely on Wayne to, you know, miss a lot. As a bonus action, I scoop up one more star and just. Oh no, that's got to be 30 feet as movement.
So your action, not its turn, your action attack is triggered and happens right after with a ready, and it was when you saw her. So she did a one movement out, which was what put her there. So at the end of that movement is when you did that. So after you did your
I don't
action,
have any
your
bonus
attack,
actions that can trigger off that. It's either action or
then
movement. Well, that's done.
and that's a lot of spells. And Kablooey, 106 damage. A lot of Kablooey. She ascends, which is going to be up to this middle line here, and some forward a little bit. And as she continues flying upward, she belts out, taking this mine that's now rightfully belongs to me. I'm not going to take it back. And we have, with the dragon taking flight into the air, Hugh Hackenstone continues his descent down this wall face onto the track. Out into the open here and points his axe at Tinder and is like, and yells, out to her. I told you I was a dragon slayer. I will earn that title with you. And as the tens face off between the two of these, seem to be, since things arise, we will step back from the Warm Heart Mine and our adventures in Schultz and say that we're going to bring today's session to a close. Now, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and like it, hit subscribe to see some more, and hit up our Patreon, help us do it better for next time.